How you doing? This is Sergio with Metal Master Kingdom. I'm here with Dirk of Soilwork. Yeah, basically, new album out, The Ride Majestic. You've been on tour. Is this your first U.S. tour with the album?
It is.
All right. You're on with Soulfly and Decapitated. Tell me how have things been going with it so far, and just give me a little background on it.
It's been going great. I mean, it's a pleasure to play stuff from The Ride Majestic, obviously, which we're really excited about the new album. So it's fun to bring it to the stage, and the tour's been going great. We've had awesome response pretty much every night, so I think we're really in a good place right now with our lineup as far as like stage performance is concerned. So we have a new bass player named Marcus Vibom, and he's bringing a lot to the table when it comes to our show.
Got it. So 10 studio albums after that long of a career that you've had. I mean, where do you find new inspiration for your music? Where do you go from here, more or less, as far as your writing process?
It's life, really. We all listen to different things, and we just kind of let the inspiration of the moment guide us. We have a pretty good idea of what Soilwork can and cannot sound like. So within those boundaries, we just have fun, and we try to bring in different things, different music we listen to. I think since David Anderson has joined the band on guitar some years ago, he's brought a lot to the table as far as songwriting goes, as well as Jorn, our singer, has really stepped it up too. He writes a lot of music as well these days. So we've kind of always had a renewed input when it comes to the songs, and that keeps us from being stale. I think every album is like a new adventure, which we want it to be.
Nice. So you mentioned some of those influences. Everybody listens to different stuff. Give us some stuff we may not think you listen to.
Well, for example, I listen to so many different musical styles. Obviously metal, but I grew up with hip hop, so I listen to some hip hop. A lot of electronic music. I really like dark, weird, ambient electronic stuff with lots of beats and crazy shit. Stuff like Square Pusher and Score and Aphex Twin, things like that. Autechre. I listen to pop music, I listen to jazz, fusion, I mean, all kinds of stuff really, it's all across the board, and that pretty much goes for everybody in the band.
So that's what builds up the music, because I notice you guys have a very wide spectrum of, it's all in the death metal range, but you kind of don't leave things out. You say, if it fits, then you'll include it, right? Absolutely,
like there's some slide guitar on this new album, that we haven't really used that much before. We're experimenting with contrasts, like we have songs where there's melodic vocals and blast beats underneath. There's things like that, so we kind of try to push ourselves within, like I said, within what would work within Soilwork. So sometimes it's experimental, and sometimes some stuff doesn't really work out, but we keep it fun.
I gotcha. So being from Sweden, and what do you do when you're not touring and all that? What are your normal lives like?
Well, for my part, I'm actually from Belgium, and I live in the States, so I hang out with my wife and friends, and I also do a lot of session work on the side as a drummer. So I'm pretty much full-time in my studio when I'm not on the road with those guys.
Not the sex, drugs, and rock and roll we all expect, right?
No, I think we've outgrown those years a little bit. If you talked to me 10 years ago, it would have been more on that.
I gotcha, nice. So, album recently came out. Been touring heavily for it. What plans do you have moving forward in the next couple months to the year?
After this tour, we're going to Europe for a headlining tour with Hatefear from Denmark supporting us. Then in February, we're headed to Australia, New Zealand, Japan, South Korea, and then we're going to do a lot more touring next year. So nothing that's set in stone as of yet, but there'll definitely be at least one more North American run. Tons of shows in Europe, hopefully South America as well. We're working on that. So.
Have you had time to work on any new material, or?
Not at this stage. I'm sure there's some ideas, laying around here and there that everybody has, but we haven't formally started working on it.
I gotcha. So for our audience that may not know, they may have heard the name but don't know much about you or whatnot, tell us a little bit about where we can find your music, what we can do to support you, and find out more information about Soilwork.
Yeah. So we have a website named soilwork.org, which is pretty much a good place to go. We also have facebook.com/soilwork, which we're pretty active on, and an Instagram page and a Twitter page as well, all just /soilwork, so very simple. We're on Nuclear Blast, so they pretty much carry all of our albums except the first two, which are on Listable Records. And you know, if you go to any of those places and buy, whether it's physical copies or digital copies, or whether you just come and see us at a show and, you know, buy some merch, support
some
the band that way.
t-shirts.
Exactly, right here. So yeah, you know, I mean, we appreciate any and all support that we get. So
Awesome. Dirk, I want to thank you so much for the interview.
Thank you,
It's
sir.
a pleasure. Guys, make sure you check them out. Can't wait to see the show tonight. They kick ass. This is Sergio with Metal Master Kingdom. I am out of here.